Hey, what's up guys, it's SirTagCR, and today we're back at it again with a new meta graveyard cycle deck. This graveyard deck has Unbreakable defense with the Barbarian Hut, Night Witch, and Musketeer. If your opponent ever decides to poison your defense, you can immediately punish them with an offensive Ice Golem plus Graveyard Push. Musketeer and Night Witch have some of the highest damage per second out of all the cards in the entire game. Your opponent will never be able to kill them because they can't spell it since you have Graveyard. This is the new best graveyard deck in Clash Royale because its defenses are just so easy to play. And if you guys are not already supporting me in the shop, my creator code is SirTag. By using creator code SirTag, I get a percentage of all money spent in the shop at no extra cost to you. It allows me to spend more time on my videos, and I really appreciate it. Alright guys, so we got a game here. We're gonna sauce out a good luck and we're gonna see what's up. I don't even want to cycle my skeletons because I don't want to prompt him to make the first move before double elixir. I want to get to double elixir safe and sound. And he's dropping a baby dragon. Sir, why can't we do it like that? Why can't you just leave me alone until double elixir? Let me live my life in peace. Oh, yeah, you know, he heard me loud and clear, guys. He drops a Ram Rider at the river. So in this matchup, I feel pretty comfortable. Ram Rider will never be able to break through a Barbarian Hut. And with Baby Dragon, it's most likely going to be the P.E.K.K.A variation instead of like a bridge spam one with Magic Archer. So he could have Magic Archer, but I'm really hoping it's Lightning plus Ram Rider because that is the easiest matchup ever. He's got Poison. He still won't be able to break through the Barb Hut and will win over time, but Lightning is an automatic win. So I can go in for a graveyard here because the Barbarians are tanking, and then we have the Bats swarming his tower. He doesn't actually have so much elixir to defend this. Like, this is going to be ridiculous. P.E.K.K.A does not do splash damage. The Night Witch is going to lock onto your tower, and I can just defend with either a Musketeer, an Ice Golem, or Skeletons on defense here. So I'm in a really good spot. If I go and cycle the Ice Golem, I'm a little bit hesitant of doing that. Then I won't be able to kite, but I think I need to right now just so that we can keep the Musketeer alive. Okay, he's going to zap. That's totally acceptable. The Bandit's not going to connect. We can then go in for a Night Witch because he has no spell removal. We'll be fine. The Night Witch Bats will be able to do so much work here. I think I need to go for a Giant Snowball so that P.E.K.K.A doesn't get a hit. But, you know, we're in a really good spot, guys. I think that he has Lightning because otherwise he would have poisoned on defense against the Graveyard. And this is one of those matchups that he's forced a Ram Rider right into us because of his card cycle, right? So I'd rather not go and cycle a Musketeer when I don't want to. He's going to slow roll a P.E.K.K.A instead because he knows that the matchup's miserable. He's like, yo, if I go and donate a 5 elixir Ram Rider into a Barbarian Hut, I'm not feeling that charitable today. I'm not going to do that. So we can go for Skellies in the back. We can go for a Graveyard in the opposite lane just because we don't want him to build up a power push. So even though I have a lot of damage on that side, I just want to make sure that he has to spend all of his elixir to counter this Graveyard. Otherwise, you know, you're just going to lose the game. He's already dropping 6 elixir. He dropped the Electro Wizard and he dropped the Barb Barrel. That does not help his push here at all. Then the Barbarian Hut is still going to be able to slaughter whatever he spams at us. He drops the Zap. That means we're able to go in for Skeletons. Make sure that the Baby Dragon locks onto the Ice Golem. And then we can go in for a Giant Snowball just to make sure that the Bandit doesn't connect to our tower. So that was really important, guys, that we forced him to drop cards on the other side. Because look, he wasted an Electro Wizard that wasn't able to support his push. And now with 16 seconds remaining, all I have to do is Graveyard him and then the game will be ours. I can go for a Giant Snowball so the Ram Rider doesn't get a connection, but all in all, this type of matchup is super easy. I think that this guy played it as well as he possibly could have. He made predictions knowing that I would go in for the Barb Hut, and he went in for the P.E.K.K.A in the back. And he forced me to play decently mechanically, but all in all, it's just an impossible matchup for him. If you play against someone similar skill level as you, and this guy definitely was as good as me, I would say. He's a really good player. Every single decision that he made was right. You can't win it if you're him. It's just impossible. So all I have to do is just go in for a Snowball here, knock back the Ram Rider, and yeah, it's not going to get a connection then, so. Pleasure playing against you, bro. I can go for Skeletons, and I'm going to drop them a little bit lower so then the Bandit goes on to that. And if I drop them higher, then the only issue is he could have went in for, let's say, a Baby Dragon to eliminate them, so then the Bandit connects. He played that really, really well. Incredibly impressive player that he even got that much damage, even though getting 1,000 HP isn't that much. With this type of matchup, it is pretty impressive. Pleasure playing against you, and good luck in the rest of your GC. Alright guys, we got a game here. We're going to sauce out a Giant Snowball to open up the game, and we don't really want to do anything other than that. He's going to go Barb Hut. Oh no. No skill versus no skill. It's crazy. At least I'm not running the Battle Healer version. I hope he's not running that because that's even lower skill than ours. Ours is like a fast cycle deck, so even though we have Barb Hut, we have some skill element of it, right? The good thing about Musketeer, we're always able to win the bridge battle, so that's what I'm excited for. If we're playing against Graveyard here, I probably just want to go for a Poison. We're going to be able to kill the majority of the Magic Archer here. It's going to walk up into it. It's A-okay. And then he's going to go mini pack at the river. Very aggressive, man. I don't even know why you have Mini P.E.K.K.A in this deck. You already have Barb Hut. You don't need that much damage per second. And it's not even Poison Bait. So I think his deck is pretty crazy. He's going to have Miner too, so it's not Graveyard. Wow. Magic Archer Miner with Mini P.E.K.K.A, and I would just hate to play against this, man. If I was running a beatdown deck, it would be even more miserable than the one that I'm playing right now. Oh my gosh, crazy deck. But he did just poison, if I remember correctly, so we can go in for a Graveyard here. And we can try to get some value now. So the Barb Hut is a 7 elixir investment. You're going to have Zappies. I can poison them as they walk up. And they're not that great. They don't do splash damage, and their Radiant Fire was actually nerfed for higher damage. So I think that they're not that great of a card against Graveyard, my dude. Even though they're a pack of 3, like a Walmart pack of 3, you're still not going to be able to kill the skeletons very quickly. Usually, grouped up units like Goblin Gang Bats or Goblins themselves, those are really, really good because they're able to just do more damage than a traditional, like, 1 unit would. It would be able to hit more of the skeletons because there's 3 units working at once, and skeletons have really low hit points, so it doesn't matter how much damage you do. It's more so of your rate of fire. And admittedly, the Zappy's rate of fire just don't cut the mustard, man. So I can go in for a Night Witch right on top of the Miner. I can go in for Musketeer outside of radius of the poison. The Barbarians will spawn after the hut is dead. And then because he poisoned, we just follow up with another Graveyard. It doesn't even matter, man. I don't care if my Night Witch is at a minuscule amount of hit points. As long as you don't kill it, the bats are still spawning. Then you have to respond to the Graveyard and the bats on top of your tower with a sliver of HP from the Musketeer. This just exemplifies why this deck is so strong. If you guys are really wanting to play a super safe deck and are tired of people Miner Poison chipping you out, they can't Miner Poison you anymore. This matchup is unplayable for him. If he goes in for the Miner Poison, well, he's just going to lose the game because Miner does not ever get enough chip damage to allow you to outdamage the Graveyard plus poison on your tower. And if you poison yourself to try to catch up, what's going to happen is I'm just going to be able to Graveyard you, and you're not going to have a counter to it, my dude. GG, well played, and peace out. Oh, you gave me some love. Pleasure playing against you. Very nice person. It's nice to play against nice people. I'm going to sauce out a giant snowball here, and this guy is going in for a Lava Hound. So when we see Lava Hound, we know that we need to be able to defend that first priority, first order. We can't go in for Graveyards because he could go in for like minions, and I would have to poison. It would just be too much elixir. So I just want to go for a Musketeer here, go in for an Ice Golem to block for the Night Witch, and then I could snowball if the Night Witch is going to stay behind the Ice Golem here. We'll see what we want to do. I think I want to snowball here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go and snowball back the Lava Hound pups and just make sure that we get a bit more value. I'm going to be forced to go for a Night Witch, so then it's going to be able to tank. And this guy is BMing us pretty hard, man. That's crazy. You are going to get a lot of chip damage early on, but it would have been ideal for us to have that Ice Golem pop so then we could snowball the minions and then be able to have skeletons and cycle for his Miner, but it didn't really work out that way. Our timing was really good, though, so there is at least that for us. So the way I want to play is, as I said before, if we were going for a Graveyard early on with an Ice Golem, and then he drops minions, we're kind of screwed. So he's BMing a lot. We're just going to mute him, and hopefully we can assert dominance on him. You guys know my policy against BMers. We love winning games against them, so hopefully we can make it happen. I'm going to go for a Musketeer here. I'm going to go in for a Poison. The Musketeer is going to be able to go and target the Balloon first, and then both towers are going to be able to kill the Miner. So we're in a really good spot. So that was actually really aggressive on his end. Miner's out of cycle. We can go for an Ice Golem to body block for this amount of pups that are about to spawn. I feel very comfortable about the situation. Lava Hound, Miner, Balloon. Very interesting deck, dude. And you had a really good start, too, and BM'd me. So, you know, we have to assert dominance on you then, brother. So he's going to go in for an Inferno Dragon in the back. I'm very thankful that I'm not running Giant Miner into this or like, something that just gets destroyed by Inferno Dragon. But, yeah, his defenses are definitely lackluster after seeing his deck construction. In most situations, the Miner plus Balloon, those plus Lava Hound, those are 3 win conditions, so your defenses are going to be quite minimal. So he's going to go and drop arrows. We can drop skeletons now and Ice Golem, so maybe we can block the Miner. If we can block the Miner, that'd be ideal, but it does not happen. So we need to go for 1 Graveyard here. That's what I'm thinking. If we're able to get 1 spicy Graveyard off on him, we might be able to win the game. So I'm thinking that we just go in and... I can't. I really can't. I have to go for another Barb Hut. That's so crazy that I'm forced into dropping it. But if we're able to defend, we're in a good spot. I'm just going to have to go in for a Musketeer here. I don't think he's got any big spell. We've only seen arrows. If he drops a Miner on us, we should be able to defend it with skeletons. Looks like he's going to drop the Miner soon, and then he's probably going to arrow, so want to snowball this back before it gets a hit off on the barb hut, so then when it gets a hit on the barb hut, it doesn't get that damage. So if we make this comeback, that'd be cool because he BM'd me so much, right? So we have a lot of spam coming at him. We know he's going to go in for minions. We can poison now. And I think we won the game. This guy was unbelievably toxic, but we asserted dominance on him. GG, well played, and peace out, brother. You have Lava Miner Hound Balloon, and you still got dominance asserted all over you when you had the best hand and BM'd early on. That feels so good wrecking him. So we got a game against Buzz Lightyear. That name just brings back so much childhood nostalgia, man, from Toy Story. If you guys watched that as a kid, let me know. Make sure that I don't feel old and stuff right now. Let me know in the chat if you guys grew up with Toy Story or not. He's going to have Barb Barrel and Tombstones. So this looks like it's going to be Graveyard. Graveyard versus Graveyard is really advantageous for us because we win Bridge Battles since we have the Musketeer and we have the Night Witch. And if we win Bridge Battles, he's going to be pretty miserable. So Musketeer allows us to lock on top of the Baby Dragon and we win that interaction because it does more damage per second. Usually we're able to cycle a lot of Barb Huts and Musketeers and Night Witches and force out poisons from our opponent. If he decides to go in for poisons, then guess what? We have a free graveyard on him. There's no way that he counters this now. If he decides to go in for a graveyard at the exact same time, that's really smart because it baits out Elixir from us and then we might not be able to go for a graveyard of our own. However, he doesn't decide to do that. So he has to cycle now 2 more cards to get back to his poison. So I'm going to go in for my graveyard before that. Go for the graveyard on the left-hand side when we have the Night Witch and the Ice Golem going towards it. He's going to go for Baby Dragon, probably Tornado as well. That's what I would expect. He's going to Barb Barrel, but the Barb Barrel's radius is so bad. It's not going to be able to hit everything. It's going for Barb Barrel, Baby Dragon, Tornado, 9 Elixir spent. That is miserable interaction for you, my kind sir. And I hope that you poison this Musketeer. That would be really fun. So if he poisons this Musketeer, we just get to ride the roller coaster of graveyarding again. Heck yeah, brother. Buzz Lightyear is dazed and confused. He's dropping the Hog Rider emote like, what am I supposed to do here? And my answer to you is, I actually don't know how you win this matchup as you. I think that you have to play really aggressive, and you have to make sure that I can't go in for graveyards when you poison on offense. So maybe if he had graveyarded earlier when I was forced to poison, then I wouldn't have been able to graveyard and punish him for poisoning early. So if you're going to play aggressive, you actually have to take risks. And he didn't take the risk. He's trying to play passive in a situation where, guys, this deck just beats the best, the previous best graveyard deck in Clash Royale. We're just able to defend everything, going for Musketeers on defense, and then Ice Golem to body block his Baby Dragon. I was hoping that it would retarget on top of the Ice Golem, but yeah, man, Musketeer is still alive. If you poison, then you're not able to defend, so you're consistently having to poison on defense. And this is great, guys. I could actually Night Witch on defense if he graveyards, and I don't really want to go in for anything other than that. If I go in for a Night Witch, we get counter push with it, right? If I go in for poison, I don't really get counter push with it. The Night Witch skeletons or the Night Witch bats are going to give us a lot of value defense to offense. We can go for another graveyard here. I can poison if I want to. He's going to poison as well. So we can start to get more chip damage on him. The Ice Wizard is not going to give him any value. It's gone. Sayonara, sir. We can stop him from crossing the river here as well if we want to be a real memer. If you guys want me to be a real memer, we'll show you what's good. I can drop an Ice Golem from crossing the river, or stop the Knight from crossing the river. So then the graveyard is going to get destroyed by my tower. My tower is able to focus down the skeletons. All I have to do is go in for another poison. And you guys can see how easy this matchup is, right? There's a 0% chance of beating this deck that I'm playing with the deck that he's playing if the players are even level skill.